Hello, St. Peter's, and welcome back for Summer Reading Adventure number 14. I can't believe it's already been 14 stories and activities that we've done this summer. We're getting close to the end, but we still have a couple more great stories for you. My friends are out here with me. Ralph, Daisy, our pig of joy is here, of course, with her jar of joy to spread some joy at the end, and Magic Monkey. He's sitting down here today. It's kind of windy outside in my backyard, so he didn't really want to ride Ralph because he's afraid he might get blown off the top. Ralph's a pretty tall rhinoceros. Well, let's see what we have in our summer reading adventure pack today. Ooh, I have some colorful paper. My water bottle, of course. And here's our book. I'll show you what we're going to do with that colorful paper after our story. So first, let's get ready to hear our fun story. Are you guys ready? They're ready. We better get ready. Here we go. Let's turn up our ears so we're ready to listen. Turn off our mouths so we don't make a sound. Put your hands quietly in your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. Now we're ready for our story. Today's story is one you may know. It's been around for a while, but it's a very fun story. So if you haven't heard it, or if you've heard it before, I hope you have some fun with this one. It is called The Day Jimmy's Boa Ate the Wash. What? Do you know what a boa is? That's right, it's a big snake, a boa constrictor. Look how long it is. Whoa. And he's eating the laundry. That's what we call the wash. It's another name for laundry. So, this is by Trinka, Hakes Noble, and pictures by Stephen Kellogg. This is a really silly story. Are you ready for it? Me too. I love silly stories. So here we are on the title page, and it looks like a class with their teacher. And on the chalkboard it says, topic number 1, corn. Note, there will be a quiz when we return to class. Whoa, they better pay attention. Let's see what happens. How was your class trip to the farm? Oh, boring. Kind of dull. Until the cow started crying. Look at that. She's remembering. Oh, he looks so sad. A cow? Crying? Yeah. You see, a haystack fell on her. Huh. But a haystack doesn't just fall over. Look at that silly picture. Oh my goodness. Well, it does if a farmer crashes into it with his tractor. Oh, come on. A farmer wouldn't do that. He would if he were too busy yelling at the pigs to get off our school bus. What? Look at the pigs up here. They are running to get on the school bus. Oh boy, this looks like some field trip. What were the pigs doing on the bus? Well, eating our lunches. Oh boy. They sure are. He's trying to eat his pants. This guy's crawling in. He's already got a lunch in his mouth. Oh my goodness. That is so silly. Why were they eating your lunches? Well, because we threw their corn at each other and they didn't have anything else to eat. Well, that makes sense, but why were you throwing corn? Because we ran out of eggs. Out of eggs? Why were you throwing eggs? You are not allowed to throw any of those things. Because of the boa constrictor. The boa constrictor? Yeah, Jimmy's pet boa constrictor. What was Jimmy's pet boa constrictor doing on the farm? Oh, he brought it to meet all the farm animals, but the chickens didn't like it. Do you think those animals are gonna like a boa constrictor? Sounds a little bit crazy to me. You mean he took it to the hen house? Yeah, and the chickens started squawking and flying around. They can only flutter a little bit. They can't fly high. Do you know why they're so scared? Because snakes like to eat chickens. They're afraid he's gonna eat them. I'd be afraid too if I were a chicken. Go on, go on. What happened? Well, one hen got excited and laid an egg, and it landed on Jenny's head. Oh my goodness. The hen? No, the egg. And it broke. Oh, yucky, all over her hair. What did she do? She got mad because she thought Tommy threw it. So she threw one at him. What did Tommy do? Oh, he ducked and the egg hit Miriam in the face. So now Jenny tried to throw one at Tommy, but he got out of the way. And now poor Miriam got hit with an egg. Oh, this is a crazy day. So she threw one at Jenny, but she missed and hit Jimmy, who dropped his boa constrictor. Oh, and I know the next thing you knew, everyone was throwing eggs, right? Right. So now it turned into a big fight, but where is the boa constrictor going to go? What a mess. I don't think the teacher would be happy with that. And when you ran out of eggs, you threw the pig's corn, right? Right again. Well, what finally stopped it? Well, we heard the farmer's wife screaming. Why was she screaming? Can you see why? Look up here. Where's the boa constrictor? There he is. At the clothesline where the farmer's wife is, hanging up the clothes to dry. That would make me scream too. Well, we never found out because Mrs. Stanley made us get on the bus and we sort of left in a hurry without the boa constrictor. Oh no. Look, it got itself all wound in the clothes and the shirts and the pants. And look, it sure is eating one, isn't it? She's scared. I don't think it's going to eat her though. I bet Jimmy was sad because he left his pet boa constrictor. Oh, not really. We left in such a hurry that one of the pigs didn't get off the bus. So now he's got a pet pig. Boy, that sure sounds like an exciting trip. Yeah, I suppose, if you're the kind of kid who likes class trips to the farm. Look what they're doing now. She got all suited up like a race car driver, right? And here comes Jimmy with his pig. And now they're going on their go-kart with the pig. And look at the farmer and his wife. She's knitting a big long scarf for the boa constrictor. The end. So I guess it worked out for everyone. Isn't that a silly story? First of all, I don't know anyone who has a pet boa constrictor, and I certainly don't think that you would take it on your class field trip. But it was a funny thing to think about. How would you like to make your own, to get out of my bag, boa constrictor? What do you think about that? You can make it as long as you want. Here he is. Pretty cool, right? So if you remember, on Monday we made a bird and it had these accordion fold wings. We're going to do the same thing to make this snake. Would you like to see how? Great, let's do it. So what you need is 2 pieces of paper. Now, if you don't have any colored paper, you can use white paper and just color it. Put designs on it, whatever you'd like. But if you have two different colors of paper, it kind of makes a cool looking snake. On my first one, it's not so bright. I used a black side and a gray side, but it still gives it a little bit different look when you stretch them out. Can you see both the colors? Yeah, isn't that cool? It's pretty neat. So we're going to use, today, I'm going to use yellow and red. You're going to need your scissors, a black magic marker, and a glue stick, okay? But let's start with the scissors. So if you hold the paper together like this, and see how mine got a little bent in my bag? That's okay, it's still gonna work. You're just gonna cut a strip. Now your snake can be as skinny or as fat as you want. I wouldn't recommend this fat. That's a little too unruly. So we're gonna go in a little bit like this, and you're just gonna cut a strip all the way. Hold your papers together so you're cutting both colors at the same time. You're just gonna cut a strip all the way up the paper, okay? So there's one. Let's do that one more time. You're gonna cut a strip all the way up the paper. Now, if you want to use all of your paper and cut it all into strips, that's okay. But I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with my two strips. So now I have these two colors, right? I want to glue them together. So I'm gonna get out my glue stick. This one's really hard to open. And I'm going to put glue on one of them. I'm going to put my glue on the whole thing so the whole thing sticks together. If you don't have a glue stick, you can use regular glue. You could use tape, whatever works. Then I'm going to take my other strip, the other side of it, I'm just going to stick it right on there. Now, if you're going to use your whole paper, you could just glue it all together right away, but I'm not going to use my whole thing, so I didn't want to stick it all together. So now it's stuck together. It's a two-sided strip. Let's do that with the other one. So the same thing, I'm going to put my glue all the way down my glue strip. I'm going to put my glue all the way down my paper strip. I have to twist mine up a little bit because I used it. Okay, put it on the corners a little bit. You're gonna do this on your table, don't do it on a book. I'm being very careful so I don't get any glue on that book. Then you're gonna put those two together so they're glued into one long strip. Ta-da! Just like that. Okay, now you have two of them. So this is gonna be your snake, and it's gonna be how long your snake is. So we are going to glue these two together so it's even longer. So at the end of one of your pieces of paper, it doesn't matter which side, you're just gonna glue a little bit like that and then put the other one right where that glue is. So now you have a big long strip. You could even flip it over if you want it to change in the middle. You could flip it over like this, okay? I'm gonna keep mine this way. That's where my glue is right now. And here's the part where we do what we call the accordion fold, now that it's all stuck together. Just like we did with the bird wings, you're gonna start at the top and you're gonna fold it down kind of so it makes this like rectangle-ish shape like that. And then you're gonna flip it over and you're gonna fold it down again and make the fold. Make sure you push it down. Flip it back over and you can fold it again. Okay, we're gonna keep going back and forth. We're gonna keep folding it down as we go until we get to the very end. So I'm gonna keep on folding. Takes a few minutes, but that's okay because it's gonna look so cool when we're all done. And keep going back and forth. Oh look, I'm almost done. You can see the end of mine now. See, just a couple more folds. Back and forth. Back and forth. Okay, now see I have a little bit at the end? That's okay. I'm gonna snip it off, just like this, so they're all kind of even. Now watch this. Look at that. Can you see both of my colors? Red on the inside, yellow on the outside? That's our snake body, isn't that cool? He doesn't have a face yet. You could just put a face on here, but I think it's neat to cut out a face. What should we give him, a red face or a yellow face? I'm gonna go with yellow. So this can be however you want it to be. I just make kind of a round face. So I'm just gonna cut a circle, or maybe kind of like an oval, maybe not a complete perfect circle, out of my paper, like that. And then I'm gonna see if it'll kind of measure up. What do you think? Good? Now it's gonna be, when you glue this face on, I want you to glue it on so that it's folded out to the side, not from the top to bottom, okay? So that when you pull it out, his body stretches back like this. So you can see both of the colors. All right, but before we glue that on, we're gonna put some eyes. Now, if you have like googly eyes at home, you could put those on, or if you wanna glue buttons or something like that. I don't have those today, so I'm gonna use a marker. I think I'm gonna give him some big eyes. I'm gonna make him look like googly eyes. So I'm gonna draw little black circles inside, then it looks like he has googly eyes. And then snakes, instead of a nose, they kind of have these two slits down there. Just put little lines, choop choop. But then he needs a mouth, right? A mouth, yes, but a tongue. We're gonna make him a tongue out of our red paper. So all you need to do is cut a little red rectangle, 2 long sides and 2 short sides, not very big. And then at the bottom, you're gonna start in the corner and angle it in and snip to the middle, joop. Start at this corner, snip to the middle, joop, and you should have this triangle come out. Look at that. Now we're gonna glue the tongue on. So on one of the ends, not the pointy tongue end, but on the back end, put a little bit of glue, just right there. And then you're gonna take his face and glue it to the back. So I'm gonna stick it behind where I put his little nose slits. There's his face. Pretty cool, right? Then we're gonna take our snake body, and remember, so that if it's folded up, woo, jumped out of my hand. Actually, kind of like, so it opens like a book, okay? That's the way we're gonna have it. We're gonna glue his face on there. So I'm gonna put the glue right onto that first fold, that first square, and I'm gonna just put his face right on there. Now watch this. There he is. There's our boa constrictor. How cool is that? This is my red and yellow boa constrictor. If you wanted to decorate it, you could decorate it however you like to do. But he's super cool. If you want to make it even longer, all you need to do is cut some more strips and glue it or staple or tape it on and keep on folding. Isn't that cool? And then you can hang, you can dangle him. If he's long enough, you could wear him around your neck like a boa constrictor. There you go. What do you think? You like it? All right, well, if you make a snake, I would love to see what yours looks like. Maybe you have a different idea too. Share it with us so that we can try your ideas. All right, so if you make a snake, put it in the comments, take a picture so we can all see what you've done. Pretty cool. All right, how about we spread some joy? Now that we made snakes, that gave us some joy. Let's see what we can do for other people. Come on, Joy, it's your turn. Here we go, shake it up. We'll shake it up really well. Let's see how we'll spread some joy today. This one is always my favorite. Read to someone. What a great idea. Sometimes you might have a favorite book, and even if you have trouble with some of the words, you know the story well enough that you could tell that story in your own words. Find your favorite book. Get someone in your family to sit down with you and read to them. Even if you need a little help on the words, I bet if you pick a grown-up or an older brother or sister, they can help you with some of those words. And that's gonna make everybody happy. If you sit down with someone to read, everyone gets to relax for a minute. You get to share a fun story. And if it's one of your favorites, you can even point out some things that you've noticed in the pictures because you've read it so many times. All right, what a great way to spread some joy. I love that idea. we're gonna read to someone, like I just read to you. I hope that made you happy. All right, we have one more thing to do. How about you sit back up there with your buddies? We have to get out our summer reading adventure log and fill in the next part of our caterpillar. I hope I have my crayons in here. I do. All right, just like always, I'm not gonna peek. See what color I pick out. A brown one today. Okay, here we go. We're gonna color in the next circle. We are getting so close to the end of this caterpillar. Remember, if you fill out all of your caterpillar because you've done all of the summer reading adventures and stories with me, bring it back to school when we come back in September and you will get a special surprise. Look at that. Let's count how many adventures we've had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow, how many do we have left? 1, 2. Just 2 adventures left, and then we'll be getting ready for back to school. We've been having a lot of fun, haven't you guys? We really liked making those snakes today, so I hope you enjoy them too. All right, that's all we have for today. So, enjoy the sunshine. I hope you liked our book and you can make some snakes and then read a book with someone you love. That will really bring some joy to everyone. All right, boys and girls, until next week, our final week of summer reading adventures, don't forget to keep spreading your joy.